Hello everyone, welcome to our video on how to buy Bitcoin for free. My name is Jordan Pilkington.
And I'm Richard Johnson.
So what we see is when you initially want to purchase Bitcoin, whether it's getting your money onto an exchange or just going through a company like Coinbase, a lot of times fees can eat away your initial profit.
So we want to go step by step today and show you how to avoid those fees.
Yeah, so if we look at here on Coinbase, now Coinbase is going to be our easiest route into cryptocurrencies, but it's going to come with the highest fees. And you see those fees here. So if you were to invest $1,000, what you're going to incur on fees is at least a $15 fee if you're going to do it with your bank account, or up to a $40 fee if you do it with a credit card.
Yeah, so we actually want to show you how to avoid those fees because we want you to get into the space, make a lot of money, but not have to pay those fees.
Absolutely, especially if you're doing this multiple times and you're reinvesting and all sort of things, those can add up very quickly. Next, we're going to look at a little bit better option of Kraken. Now, Kraken is a US-based exchange that has a little bit lower fees, but you're still going to see a 0.16 or a 0.26 fee depending on how you purchase. We'll go into that a little bit later. But when you invest $1,000, once again, it's up to $1.60 or $2.60 every single time you invest. Finally, the last one we look at here is Bitfinex. Now, Bitfinex has a little bit lower fees than that, but still the same concept. You're paying $1 to $2 every single time you put money into it. So we found an exchange that we like a lot better that's going to have zero fees. That brings us to GDAX.
So what's great about GDAX is, as this slide shows you here, we can actually go about purchasing any of these cryptocurrencies that are listed, Bitcoin, Ether, or Litecoin, and actually mitigate all fees, zero. If you are a taker in this situation, you are going to pay a 0.25 fee, but we're going to actually show you how to avoid that entirely.
Yeah, so what actually is a maker versus a taker?
So we're actually going to look at this. So the maker versus the taker is if you're becoming a market maker, right? So if you're actually placing an order into the exchange via a limit order, it actually allows you to avoid those fees. So we want to make sure that you're the one placing that order so that somebody else is going to fill it or buy it, and they're going to actually incur the fee.
Absolutely. So we see here is the order book. Now this picture is taken off of GDAX. It shows you all of the orders that are open on the market. Now we want you to be one of these orders. We want you to create an order so that somebody else comes in and fills it. That means you are the maker. So you have to do this through a limit order. Now a limit order means that you're going to put either a buy or sell in at something other than the market price. So if you see that Bitcoin is out at $8,000, that's the market price. If you're going to buy it, you're going to put a limit order in at something below $8,000. And the opposite for selling it. If you're going to put a limit order in, that's going to go above that. So it means you're going to try and sell it for higher or buy it for lower. So it's not going to get filled immediately, but as the market goes up and down, it'll probably hit the price that you set.
We like to do this because there is the volatility in these markets. So you're going to see that kind of ebb and flow as the day goes along. So, you don't really have to worry about that order being filled or not.
Yeah. And if you want to get your order filled really quickly, if the price is $8,000, if you put it in at $7,999.99, it's probably going to get filled very quickly. And if you do that, you're going to incur zero fees. That's the beauty of a limit order and being the maker. Now, who fills your order? That person is the taker. Now, this is done through a market order. So if you go into the market order, they're going to buy at whatever price Bitcoin is at. So if you see, we took this picture when it was at $8,046.14, they can go in there, they can buy it immediately at that price. It's going to get into their account right away, but they're going to incur the fee that you aren't.
You got to remember that's a 0.25 fee on if you're buying an entire Bitcoin off of $8,000. So if you're doing that multiple times, say in a day, in a week, in a month, if you're doing a strategy like a dollar cost averaging, those fees can really start to add up and take away from your overall profit.
Yeah, and if you trade as much as we do, this has been a beautiful thing that we've found that can take away all of those fees, and our gains have gone through the roof. So what do you need to get set up to do all of these things? The first thing you do is to create a GDAX account. Now, what's wonderful is GDAX is the exchange of Coinbase. So if you already have a Coinbase account, it's going to be really easy for you to set up a GDAX account. If you don't, even when you go in to set up a GDAX account, it'll create a Coinbase account for you. You're going to be all set up super easy. So head over to gdax.com and start to create your exchange account.
And then you'll actually want to set up an ACH transfer from your bank account to GDAX. So you can do that and it's fee-free. It does take a few days to actually get that money from your bank account to GDAX, but in the end, you're actually going to mitigate those fees.
Yeah, there's several ways to get money into GDAX, but if you go through an ACH transfer, that is free. So the whole point of this video is to make sure that you can buy your Bitcoin without any fees. ACH transfer is the way to go. The next thing you do is to purchase your crypto, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. Those are the three offered on GDAX. You're going to buy them with a limit order, but we just went over, so you make sure you don't have any fees.
So remember, again, to actually realize those gains, you're going to want to sell the crypto with a limit order as well. Just make sure that if you do that below the market price or above the market price, that it's above what you actually purchased for in the beginning to, again, realize those gains.
Absolutely. So do this as much as you can. You can trade as often as possible. You're not going to incur any fees. So even those little tiny trades are going to make you money. Hopefully you can take this out in the world and then be very successful.
Thank you, guys.